How do you like these videos? I made a lot of them when Mars was aspecting my Mars, and then now we have Mars coming up to aspect my Mercury-Uranus conjunction. But so this video is just to let you know that I am going through rapid transformation from the inside out. And that's the same with everybody, really. We're having this experience. See, I don't want to get too personal so that the narcissist starts doing their usual nitpicking, but I do have Mercury conjunct Uranus, and I think we have a Jupiter in Cancer here that gives us plenty of opportunity to experience abundance and wealth through our ability to live, kind of a thing. So it's kind of just a given. And so yeah, you know, I'm going through seasons here, and I'm having to make solid decisions that is uncomfortable, but it's going to lead to what I need, which is, of course, I need to figure out my financing. So what I know is going on in my area, it's happening where people do have these homes, right? And yeah, I met somebody at the dump. We were there huffing and puffing away, and he was a younger man. And for some reason, we started at a back and forth. And he says, "Oh no, I have a great landlord. It gives me a great deal in exchange for me doing maintenance on his home. It's a fixer-upper, so it's just me there, and I love it." And so I guess he was cleaning up the yard, and so that's the kind of thing that I honestly want to happen for me. I mean, I know it can happen. I know a lot of possibilities can happen, but it doesn't happen with anybody who, first of all, they don't have the the wherewithal, right? I mean, it's like I shouldn't plan on running a fence building business because I don't have any material or the know-how to speak of. Not that I know how to handle people when it's time to rent, but I have talked to you about some of the skill that I do have, and I have the skill of skills, by the way. See, this is a trip that, well, anybody can think this, is that nobody knows you, right? And I thought I was kind of suffering that crisis with Neptune going over my ascendant, and then we have Saturn there, thank God. So it's kind of everybody's season time for this experience of Neptune resetting us with Saturn, and then how everything was in Aries, getting back to how, yeah, you're watching somebody transform here in front of your face. So some of these videos I'm putting in front of other videos. Like this here is May 1st, and you might be still catching videos from from April 18th, uh, which isn't a bad time. But before then, also, see, I was making video. Anyway, Mars opposing my Mars, which isn't an excuse. See, I'm going through a hell of a lot of stress and emotional purging. This is the full moon, and I think I'll put this up like May 1st into May 2nd, uh, just to communicate how that we're always moving on, moving forward. See, the narcissist does something called, and I don't know if you want to call it the narcissist, it's a mind that's left unexamined and unmanaged. There's no awareness behind it. For instance, in other words, the entity does not have an awareness of that the mind is there functioning in this way. See, they take a snapshot of you, and that's what these are. I have maybe 40 minutes of snapshots that I give you. And then see, a narcissist puts that in their head, and then they can run that over as a loop, but see that the snapshot just has this image of the person. It's not out there. It's not in the world. They don't think of them out in the world. They think of them they are only in their head. And that's the truth when you're trying to have if you think you're going to connect with them intimately, well, first of all, you can't. If something happened there, you're struggling from the get-go, and maybe you want to get out of it, because it could be a trap, yes, and the way that a narcissist, as you know, or whatever toxic person that doesn't have the ability to relate, what they have is the ability to like get to your nervous system, your nerves, they relate with their own nervous system. Really, they know the survival game, right? So they might have more resources than you. They might have a better connection with that, right? I was about to say a better connection with money, but it's a better connection with the ability to just struggle and survive. And I say yes when we talk about the money that circulates today. I've kind of set my ability to think about that on the back burner. It's fucking brain wracking, by the way, and I have to because well, here's why. See, babes, I know that there is a use for the decoding system, your communications device, you and our digits. But it's kind of frustrating. That's what I kind of display too over April is I am getting intense downloads, and I would love to move forward with this all, but I realize it takes time. And see, I have my 3D that I have to deal with. I got my fire, and I'm really grateful for Patsy for sending me the $20 to get the gasoline for me to function, and also for Kenneth's son for helping the way he do. And we all have our karma with each other, and I hope I'm going easy on you. And that I hope you're easy on me, right? We have to be easy on each other. Be easy on yourself, babes. Can you figure out what we're doing here? You know, I'm a Libra, 5 planets, and hello to the people who know for a fact that there isn't anything more important than the quality of the presence that we're being towards one another, particularly towards the suffering. Our suffering, other people's suffering. I mean, it's not always suffering, but then again, but see, when I think of suffering as a Buddha, I think of the fun that you're having. Are you having fun yet? Kind of a thing, really, no, but really. No, it turns into suffering when you're not meant to do it. There's where you kind of do a blend in. Here comes Abraham Hicks, but it's actually the female's philosophy. Her body is going to teach you how not to overwork, right? Just if you're doing it wrong, it feels like crap. Stop, get into the vortex is what she calls it. And what I'm saying it is get into the zone, get into the rhythm, the flow. Pardon me. You know, get into what you want. You know, and start drumming that. You know, release. What do they call rockets of? What does she call it? See, I don't know about it, but she has this language that she talks about, the rockets of intention or something like that. And then get on your high flying disc, which is to allow space and say, no, I already have it. I already have what I have. See, what I want, and if you have a want, you know, you just make space and you say, no, it's already here. And then, you know, you do all you can in your physical to make space, because to make it come to you, right? Build it and they will come. So really, I mean, I already did. You know, I have a home here. And so I'm actually getting excited. Now let me look at, because I know I can make it work for me, right? I mean, who wouldn't, right? I mean, come on, man. Something that I've been doing is like blocking my blessings. You know how you can do sabotage. I have never experienced that kind of thing until around about when Neptune started opposing my Venus. If anybody wants to know what precisely I've been through over the last roughly more like 6, 7 years, Neptune was opposing my Venus. Particularly look up transiting Neptune. Sorry, I don't want you to spy, but transit is what it is the Neptune in the sky hitting my natal Venus, Pisces, Virgo. Anyway, yeah, it's kind of personal. You know, you want to spy on people. If you really want to spy on people, you learn astrology. You know, but the thing is the kind of mind and spirit that is able to learn astrology, which is just really, you are dipping in and utilizing your ability to observe reality like you're a scientist, and if you've used your heart like a laboratory and your mind has gotten all of the information and you keep studying and you know that there's no end to it, well, then you can be a great astrologer. Otherwise, an asshole, fucking a narcissist, they don't learn anything, so they can't really be a good astrologer or anything. They're a good fake at a lot of things, and then they start crying a lot about stuff, right? And it's like, it's hard to tell who's who when you have the Neptune over your Venus kind of a thing. And I admit, babes, I am not perfect. Nobody's perfect. See, we're talking about going easy on each other. I was going to look up the Jupiter. All I have to see, oh yeah, okay, so it's moving forward by May. Here we are, just turn the page, boom, May. And it really is coming off of my Saturn. I have a Saturn in Cancer, and the big issue is to get into my field of ownership, leadership, really, of just handling that I have a home here. It needs a lot of work, but who's willing to get into it with me, as well as pay me rent here to stay. See, and that also requires me to make huge adjustments of just my life being ruined. That's all. I have a fucking private life. Jupiter in Pisces in the 12th house at 10 degrees. Okay, we have the nodes right now. The nodes right now are, oh yeah, see, well, it's going back. See, if anything, this rearrangement it's going backwards into Aquarius. How interesting. But it was, for all of us, it's creeping into the nodes are creeping into occupation of Pisces and Virgo, but they're doing a backward here, and that's kind of interesting. It's pretty cool, into Aquarius. But I noticed how it got really close to my Jupiter, and it's asking a question to my Jupiter about, like, well, it really is stimulating my hidden talents, which is immense. Um, and that's what I've been. Everybody who knows me over 30 years now, you don't talk to me because you're like, what are you doing? Why don't you do what you're supposed to do here? Open up your gifts and share to us your music. And it's like, don't worry, all that's rearranging into something more profoundly, amazingly much better than, say, what was happening in the 19th century. But okay, so but I see, here's the part where I say thank you again to the two people that sent me some money, and you guys sent me a lot of money. I want a lot of people to send me a little money. I have the moon in Aquarius, which is amazingly unreal, as far as, like, well, nobody says that aloud and thinks like that. That's more like a robot or Spock that doesn't have any conscience about things. And it's like, no, you have to make yourself vulnerable and make a breakthrough, humanitarian wise. It's about programming. You know what I'm saying? And so I do have moon in Aquarius, and so hello, people, Libra and Gemini that gets along with me that way. We are friends. And I'm heading into a Pluto, going over my Aquarius moon. But I happen to think that the Aquarius in particular is going to be able to handle this aspect really well. And if it's the moon that's being aspected, I think that it's going to be able to transmute and really dig deep and pull up with a very heavy duty passion real humanitarian issues, like, scientifically, that disturbs other people, but it's like, who cares? That's the right way to do it, like that. So stay tuned for me. This is kind of an advertisement. I will be putting it on my Facebook page because I know that, like I said, a lot of videos in the past, I'm going through a tempest. I mean, I'm a 6 Aries rising. You can get more. You can get more exact if you're a 0 or 1 degree Aries. Then you've had that Neptune conjunct Saturn right there, and then all those other planets. But see, for me, it's off a little bit, 6 degrees, but it's definitely going on like, ooh, no, you can feel it. And so that's what you're looking at. It's what you're witnessing is somebody going through a ringer, basically. And I have not even began to let you know what I've been through, but I will tell you that I am going to trial. I have to inquire on some information about the people that I am seeking to work with. But I intend on expanding it into issues to try to make it break through some way, somehow, in favor of all of us, and that could mean um, more difficulty of life, which means to do the right thing, which nobody wants to do it, right? Nobody wants to do that fucking right thing. The ultimate babes, otherwise you're just going to be experiencing the Truman Show more and more. And what do you do to anesthetize yourself away from that? Like, what kind of thing do you keep busy with to ignore how farmed and how well, here in the United States, it's like, okay, so we're supposed to take this seriously, huh? People bombing each other, oh, their own neighbors, and ripping each other off because of the money scene. See, I was trying to talk about that earlier here too, and I keep talking about it. I keep following a train, and I don't know where everybody went, but I think it's because I've uh, gone into territory that it's hard for you to even grasp, right? I mean, what, Shauna? You have made no sense at all. Talk about your planets again. And I don't care. I know what I'm going through and what I'm talking about, and what's trying to come through is very difficult to talk about because it is God. It's like, you guys, in God we trust. Okay, never mind that word. What happened, Jesus? They don't like words. Okay, just use a few words, huh? No, people. See, with Gemini moving up, Uranus moving into Gemini, we're going to open up the vocabulary book again, and we're going to feel our mouths moving and making things clear once again. We have had masks on. Please, no. Good God. And that was just so that some asshole can sit on us financially. You bet. And now we're emerging with such detail of different ways to invest and make money online. It's like, nope, 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 nope. Imagine this, kids, that when you access $333 trillion, they always talk about it, and they're depopulating right now. They say, whoa, $333 trillion, $333 trillion, $333 trillion, 330. Sorry, I got really into it now. Now I just know it as a sound. Otherwise, it's difficult to say. Uh, if it's spread out amongst 7 billion people, there's something like everybody would have 5 point something million left. Well, by that time, babes, you don't need it. You're taken care of. See, it's totally different. You don't ever count money ever again. You can press a button for fun, say, I paid my bill. You have to really get into relaxing into your creative life. Breathe. You don't have to lock your dog up so hard that you're not running like a fucking machine, but see, a lot of yous are totally addicted to your bad trip about it all and how much work you have to do, and I sure am not. No way. I was born allergic to your fucking shit. And I say yours as if it was yours. You're owning it as if it was your idea. Actually teaching your children, and your mama taught you how to count the coins. It's like, ew. You'll learn soon enough. Would you please learn how to be decent people to each other? Oh my God. Because, see, you will never see division, divide and conquer, right? And we're like, at a movement right now, and it ain't no stopping it because of the way that Uranus trines Pluto. Pluto is giving up on its control, its negative tyrannical control trip. Pardon me. Um, Pluto rules Scorpio, and Scorpio rules other people's money. It's actually a very, compared to Taurus, I think it's more generous. And people bag on Scorpio for being stingy. And it's like, no, you're bagging on them now because they were giving to you a lot, and now when they withhold a little bit because you're an asshole or something like that, you're not getting any better. Then then they just want to cut it off, and now you're going to say, "Oh, you stingy piece of shit." That's really common for people that are just ungrateful and don't know how to work together. But that's the common theme for money. And so here I am racking my brain for you once again. It's just what I came here to do, babes. I was born noticing something. I'm like, oh, and so, but what am I here to do? Well, I'm doing it. So in 3D, I'm getting closer and closer. Really, it's better state of mind to have just made these decisions. And really, it's all about my income, passive income, right? The house, and it being very rustic and needing a hell of a lot of work. Wish me luck on finding the right person that can take on something like, pardon me, there's a cat out here. Hi!
At ikaw pasti na kami papaluto ko bago limpin nanonood ko. She never said no, she's mine and I'm mine.
She's probably getting in heat. And man, I don't want to talk about it here, but California is like, I don't want to talk about it. So because people can get on the same side of this dystopian fucking big boot in your face feel. And it's only a feel. And it's literally like you can see these non-human entities, which, babes, we have to get away from this shit. Not that it's not because, oh, we're such bad people and we got to get away from these lawmakers. No, these people are uh, inhuman. No, you can see their eyes turn into the silver energy that they want to hook into your nerve and talk about locking you up about any reason at all, just fear for your life, and you got to pay this insurance and that insurance and this and that and that, and get your computer chip stuck in your neck. Fuck you!